Hey, this is Coach Scott here for the 7th grade girls basketball coach at Duncan. So the first question I ask everybody is, who is the hardest person you ever had to play against?
Ooh, there's so many. I always had to, like, team-wise or personal.
Whoever.
That's hard because I always had to guard the busy person on the court. I can name a few of them. Essence Perry was one. I think Nakia Mitchell, both of them played for Lawton High. It's a girl from Mac. I think her name was Kendall. It's a long list of them. It was fun, but it was challenging.
It's tough. So,
But that was my favorite part. So, yeah.
So, how was your high school experience? And talk about sports wise and school wise. How was that?
It was lovely. From 9th grade all the way through. It was very fun. I understand now more than I did then the reason why things were done the way they were done. And it makes me more appreciative of the people that took time to work with us and prepare us to be able to compete.
So who was the coach? Was it Landrum at the time?
Landrum and Coach Jones. I had Coach Lair for 9th grade. Landrum was cool. He, set his expectations, and you followed them or you didn't. So either you wanted to be there or you didn't.
Yeah.
That's just what it
Yeah,
was.
because Mom always said Landrum was tough, and he was yelling and everything.
He let you know what it was.
Yeah.
But if he wasn't telling you, then that's when you really should be worried.
Right.
Because if he wasn't saying something, then he probably wasn't thinking about you too much.
Right.
He definitely didn't let you slack off.
So you went to Murray for 2 years?
I went Murray junior college, and then I transferred. After that, I went to USAO and played with your mom for a little bit for the last 2 years, and came back to Duncan Murray.
So how was Murray, and how was just talk about college wise, how hard was that of a transition?
Murray was different. It was real small. We had co-ed dorms. I think they had Sonic, and that's it. So pretty much every chance I could get to go home, I went home. But that didn't happen very often. It was better at Chickasha because it's bigger.
Yeah.
I was closer to home. I could get home more, and it just was more enjoyable.
What was your major?
I was going to do a behavior specialist. Then I decided to change it to teaching. But I feel like I do behavior issues already, so I guess it kind of
worked
itself out.
So what made you so talk about the differences between high school basketball and in college. What were some of the biggest differences to you?
It was hard for me transition wise because I left from Duncan. Our program was good or whatever. Losing wasn't pretty much we lost some games, not very many, and then I went there and we lost more games than I like to admit. So I was like, I'm not used to this. So I had to adjust to that and adjust to different people and try to make it work.
I know probably the differences for me was probably just the speed probably of the game and how physical different, from high school to college was. It was in the shot clock. I think the shot clock was big for me. I was like, we just not getting up the court. They was like, all right, 15 seconds. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what? But it was crazy. So what made you kind of want to get into coaching?
Well, I think it was when I was at USAO. I was close enough to drive back and forth my last semester of school. So we took on, I think it was me and, we call her Tootie, but it's Juanita. We took on a group of girls, I think they were in the 5th grade, and they played at the Simmons Center. So we had them about 3 years or so, and then I stopped, did life or whatever, and then my kid in her little group, she wouldn't play in kinder. She was like, no. And I was like, no, what do you mean no? That's not a thing. But I didn't make her because, it's got to be what she wanted to do. So she did start to play 1st grade. 2nd grade, she played with Amanda Woods. And then 3rd grade, a group of us got together and got them going. And most of them have played together since, most of the ones that just got out of 7th grade have played together since 3rd grade. And and they did well. From where we started to where they finished when they left Simmons in the league. They left winning the Women's Lightning Championship in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, okay.
So
they've been together for a while.
Yeah.
So talk about like last year's like team and like how like you think the season went for the 7th grade girls.
The season went well. I think they had struggles transitioning from rec league because that's not the same as real deal. Some of them have played summer ball, some of them haven't. So that right there is an adjustment. I think we lost 4 or 5. I'm okay with that, but I feel we could have done better. But that comes with growing and maturing and understanding basically the method to the madness. And I see that group of girls with what we have now and those coming up, I feel like they're going to do great if they stick with it.
Yeah, if they stick, that's the biggest thing.
If
Everybody just stops playing after they get out of freshman year for whatever reason.
If they stick with it, I think we'll get back to where we can see Duncan girls, back on the map.
Yeah, is it hard to like? Is it hard coaching like middle school girls? Because like with everything else like extracurricular they have going on in their like lives when the time for middle school comes around.
Or hormonal. It's a lot of them. So every week somebody's in some type of mood. You don't know who's going. You know what I mean? You got to deal with all that.
Yeah.
So it's a little challenging. And what I would do different, I would make sure that they did more things to where they bonded instead of so isolated.
Right.
This, like they needed to spend more time together bonding as a team to help them accomplish more.
Yeah. Is it like weird being like a mom and then having like her as a player? Is that like difficult or is it hard to like adjust? You know what I mean?
Sometimes it can be. At times I feel bad for her because she has to see me on a different side. Like I have to discipline.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can go, either way.
Yeah.
It might upset her, it might embarrass her because of how well if they receive it well, or if they don't, it, you know what I mean? It can affect her that way. But she don't get a lot of wiggle room. Like her doing what she's supposed to do is not an option. I don't give her a pass because I'm her coach.
Right.
I'm not going to do that, and I wouldn't expect anybody else to do that. So we've had some conversations of, it just depends on the day, how she feels about it.
Yeah.
And then I try not to be too tough on her because she's just a player like everybody else, but I do have a pretty high expectation for her that, if this is what you signed up to do, then we're going to do it the right way or we're not going to do it at all. Right,
because I know like whenever me and Jamar, whenever I was playing, we would make sure like to never talk about the games after, after what, because they've just been arguing and it's hard to kind of balance like the two out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just her and I at the house, so we got to have some sort of conversation.
Yeah.
Of like, how do you feel? Like, what do you think you did, or what we might need to work on? I try to keep them. I don't want them intense because you know what I mean. It just carries over.
Yeah.
I let her say what she thinks, how she feel, and then sometimes I don't have to say much because, like, when she plays summer ball or whatever, her cousins seem to have more to say than I do, so I kind of just take the back seat, so she's not hearing it from me all the time.
Yeah.
So I get to be more. I'm always her parent, but I get to be parent more in the summer than parent.
Coach, yeah.
But she's 8th grade now, so.
Right, yeah. So that's gonna be crazy. Cause I remember they was like little playing. They've grown up so, you know what I mean, so much.
Little bitty 2nd grade.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's cool to see like how they've grown and how well, they're gonna do it. So I hope they stick with it. So, what are some of like the comparisons? Like, do you think y'all are alike as far as like y'all playing, and then you got like 2 totally different players?
Me and my kid.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna, which I'm perfectly fine with this. I think she'll be a better player than I was. I wasn't, and your mom could say this. I wasn't a shooter. Like it's to the point where I was told, you shoot the ball, you come out the game. Like that wasn't my thing. I feel like I had enough people who could
score.
Do that. But I got a little bit better about it. But it was one of those. I was more of a defensive-minded person. She, I feel like she will definitely be better because I'm trying to work with her to help her be just as strong on her offense as she is with her defense. And I want her to be much better than I was. I want her to be the all-around player, not just, get a
one
steal.
specific thing, yeah. Get a layup and that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I want to do it, yeah.
Yeah, so I bet that's tough, like, I don't know. I feel like I was better than mom in high school, but everybody,
of course you're gonna say that.
Yeah, but man, that was gonna be one of my questions, but that's my bonus question. But shit, I wish I could have saw some film of y'all like playing back then. And
I don't know who might have I'm sure it's some film out there.
I'm sure there's some film somewhere. I might have to find some, but yeah, that's crazy. So like, what are like some of your like future like goals as far as like, do you want to coach at the high school? Or do you want to be like middle school, like develop those kids? Like what do you kind of want to do? Like,
I think at some point I'll be ready to move up.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my thoughts. Like, it's okay to, help get them going.
Mm-hmm.
Do what I need to do to help with that situation, and then because I kind of got a little bit of ADHD, and I can't do the same thing over and over.
Again,
After a while, it's not interesting to me anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that would give me a different challenge.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Possibly at some point move up.
And what are some of like the difficulties in coaching that people might not realize?
That they might not realize?
Mm-hmm. What do they take for granted, maybe?
I think sometimes some people take the time that's given for granted.
Mm-hmm.
They take your effort that you put into it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And just being out of the gym with COVID, away from the sport, like, it's made me realize how precious it is and how much of a blessing it is to be able to even coach.
Right.
And also be able to get in the gym and enjoy to do something that I enjoy watching them, and I also enjoy coaching them, and not being able to do that has made me, rethink some things.
Mm-hmm.
And give me a better understanding that, once I decide, okay, this is what I'm doing, I have to be better at blocking out the distractions that come, whatever it might be, and focus solely on what I'm committed to do. Because some of those distractions take away from what you're trying to do, and that's not fair to the kids.
Right. And so I'm happy you brought up the COVID situation. So that was my next question. So how is your like COVID-19 experience has been?
Well, hadn't been too rough because my daughter she had tonsil surgery on the 12th, so we were already going to be out. And then when they told us we were not going back after spring break, I didn't, wasn't too worried about it, which I'm pretty much a homebody anyway. Yeah. But it's a little different when you'd have to do it by force instead of by choice. But I do have a mask in the car. I don't usually, whatever. I usually keep my distance, but not too affected by it. We were already at the house. 2 procedures, we were both at the house, so we didn't have to make. The biggest challenge is going to Walmart.
Right,
like
for real,
You gotta soap up and like it's like you're getting ready to battle.
Yeah, for real. But it's crazy because I don't think it'll ever kind of be like the same. Just with everything, I think it'll always.
I think it'll be better.
Change. Yeah.
But we have to do what we're supposed to do for it to get better. Like, you can't just go straight back to normal. You gotta ease back into it.
Right. And okay, so this is the bonus question.
Oh my gosh.
It's the bonus question. So the first question is no biases.
You said bonus question.
This is the bonus questions, yeah.
Question or question?
Questions. I got 3 of them.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, no biases. I'm not gonna be offended or whatever. But who was better, me or my mom? Because everybody talk about it, and you played with her, and you saw me play a lot. So who do you think, kinda?
That's tough. Because she mainly played post, and I've seen you do multiple, so it's kind of hard for me. I mean, I saw you years ago in the Simmons Center all the time working.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I could even answer that. Like,
come on, you gotta give me something.
I might have to say you just because you have done more.
Cool.
Don't try to give me no enemies. But you shot threes and dribbled to the like that wasn't her role.
Yeah.
Not saying she couldn't do it, but that wasn't her role. So it's kind of I mean.
Yeah. So, all right, and the second question is, do you think girls' sports are well respected?
No.
What do you think they should do to get there? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't think so either.
Well, the girls or people respect them.
Let's go with the sports first. Period. Like, how do you think they could do like to make girls' sports more popular? You know, and like more well respected.
Well, I think part of it, the girls themselves have to take it more serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't have to be like 23 hours a day basketball. But if people see that you're not really invested in it, and it's, you know, your heart's not really in it, then if your heart's not in it, nobody else's heart is going to be in it. They don't want to come see somebody who just out there just because.
Right.
I think they have to take a stance for themselves in order to earn the respect, because nobody's just going to give it to them.
Right. And so the last question is, who is your Mount Rushmore of athletes?
Oof. I got to put Serena on there. Do I have a number limit?
4, yeah, you got 3 more.
Oh my gosh, I can't build a Mount Rushmore. Okay,
You got 3
Serena.
It's your Mount Rushmore.
I gotta put Jordan on there. Iverson was my dude. He going on there. I don't care what people. Iverson was my dude. And let me see. Ugh. This is hard.
I'll tell you mine after I get done. You got 1 more.
I know. I'm trying to decide. I'll go with Magic.
Magic?
Yeah.
Or mine would be Mike, Tiger Woods. I'm gonna have to go probably Magic and Larry. That's probably my top 4. But Tiger, yeah, most definitely. I don't think he gets enough credit for what he's kind of done for like golf and kind of how he revolutionized it. But thank you for having me. It was fun. I'm happy that you did it with me.
Whoa.
So are you still nervous?
Yeah, I don't like talking. I feel like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
I don't even leave voice messages. I feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay, Sharika, you're next.
Yeah, please, Mom, please. But
I'm gonna text her right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna text her, so I'm gonna call her and tell her. But thank you.
All right.